Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Unit 2. We're going to take a look at the course. I'm also going to be demonstrating something really important in how to turn in your work. There's a few folks who shared a link with me through 365. I can't grade your work unless I get it in Blackboard. So we're going to go over that again. We talked about it last week, but I know it's hard to get used to. Part of the problem too is Office 365 has that great big share button on it, and it looks like that's the best way to share things, but unfortunately I can't do that. I have to grade them through Blackboard. So please be aware and check your emails this week. If I need you to resubmit it, I will let you know. So we're going to take a look at that in amongst the other normal stuff that we do. So let me open the course. All right, so in Unit 2, we are focusing on the building blocks for essays. Ultimately, we are going to write a full-scale research paper, but we're going to start small and we're going to take little pieces. So the first piece is research and how we go about finding good sources for our papers. I will tell you, the main way that we find good sources for our papers is by not Googling things, and it's by using the post-university library. So we're going to be looking at that this week and getting used to that because it is something that you're going to be doing throughout your college career. So as usual, you want to do all of the readings and resources folder before tackling the 2 assignments, which will be a discussion board again and a formal writing assignment, just like last week. First section's about building an essay, so you've got a couple of readings there. You also have some readings on finding reliable sources, including an optional tutorial, although I don't think that link is working. But it does give you a note about Academic Writer, which you will access over here on the left. Then we're going to be looking at how to quote things and cite your evidence. You have to cite your sources, whether you quote them or paraphrase, and we'll be working on paraphrase next. But this week, we're going to be focused on using a direct quotation and including both an in-text citation and a references page. If you remember from high school, if you used MLA, you may think of that as a works cited page, but it's that last page, of course, which lists the sources. But in addition to that list, you also have to have in-text citations. So please go through this activity before you move forward. And then you will see a fairly short video on how to access the library resources. I'll be demonstrating that too in various stages throughout the course, but for this week, go ahead and watch the video. It will walk you through what you need to know. All right, so once you have done all the readings and resources, you are able to tackle your 2 assignments. So the discussion board, this is the first week where you are required to post by Wednesday and post responses, in-depth responses to at least 2 classmates by the following Sunday. So this is a little bit different than last week. You have 2 deadlines, not just one. For the first post, for your post about it, you should answer the following questions. What do you think the biggest difference is between an unreliable source and a reliable source? And why do you think a reliable scholarly source is always stressed in academic writing? So then when you respond to others, provide an unreliable source for your classmates or me to consider, and remember that this source should still be appropriate for discussion in the classroom. So when you're posting to others, you want to write at least 3 to 5 sentences. You also want to include, in this case, a source that you think might be questionable, which can be kind of fun. Then the writing assignment. Now remember, you have links. Here's the one for the discussion board rubric, and here's the one for the Unit 2 assignment. So this is the complete paper assignment for your Unit 2 assignment supported paragraph. You have a provided article. This is from the post-university library, and to access the article, all you got to do is click on the link. It is from a journal called Curriculum Review, and it is called Characteristics of Gritty and Resilient People. You are going to use that article in this assignment. You do not need to go find an article for this assignment. You need to use the one that is listed. You're only going to have to write one paragraph. So you're going to read the article, and then you're going to write a paragraph about grit and resilience. After reading the above article, you will write one paragraph that asserts your objective and clear position answering the above question, which was of the listed characteristics related to grit and resilient people, which one do you view as the most important? In your paragraph, you will directly quote one of the characteristics, then use quotation marks, the citation, which is in this case, it's the article title, the date, and the page number. If it had an author, it would be the author. So we're going to look at some later that in the course that have a little bit shorter, but that's what's going to go next to the quote in your paragraph. That's your in-text citation. You should be writing in third person for all the rest of our assignments. And the way that you create a third person sentence is that you don't use phrases like I believe, I see, I think, I whatever. You want to avoid the first person in every Coco. That's Coco. Never mind her. Sorry for that delay. Coco was having some feelings. But anyway, so when you're writing in third person, you don't ever need to say, I think, I feel, I see, I believe, because we know it's your paper. So notice the difference between these two sentences. I believe the most important characteristic of grit highlighted in the article is the need to be self-aware, versus the most important characteristic of grit highlighted in the article is the need to be self-aware. You are welcome to make your point without basically apologizing for it. Phrases like I believe actually kind of weaken your writing, because it's like, well, this is just my opinion. It is your opinion, but you are entitled to your opinion and you're going to support it. So the key to this assignment is to make sure that the 7 to 9 sentence paragraph you write only has one topic and includes sentences to support that topic. The topic for the paragraph should be the specific characteristic of grit you selected, and the rest of the paragraph should explain the reasons why you think that characteristic is the most important one. So again, to highlight, remember, it needs to be at least 7 to 9 sentences, needs to be third person, and it will be created in Microsoft Word as an APA document. So with that in mind, this is what it will look like. Okay, so you're looking at a document in 365, Office 365. So I'm going to share this with you, but this is also where I want to go over how to save this and how to upload it to the assignment. Over here, and I'll move my, I don't know where you're seeing me, but I have it blocked. You do not want to just use this share button. And I know that it's super tempting. Like I said, it's right there in big bold. It's even blue. But you want to save the document on your computer. So we're going to open the file. We're going to save it as, and we're going to download instead of just saving it on the cloud. Now you can save it on the cloud. It will not let me show you how to do that because I'm signed in as a pretend student, so it will not let me do it the way I want to do it. But we're going to save it. So we're going to show it in the Finder, and I'm going to drag it over to my desktop. I'm going to save it there because it's easier to find. All right. So let's go back to the assignment and we're going to turn it in. We click on the link. We scroll down. We do not ever use create submission. We use upload files, browse local files, and there it is on the desktop. I agree to submit my paper and I submit it. And we went over this last week, so I did it in the previous video too. I'll do it as many times as we need to, but that's how you will see your assignment once you have submitted it. Okay. If you have any questions or issues this week, please let me know. This is also the first week for the workshops. So the English 110 workshop starts at 7 p.m. on Wednesday. You can click on this link to enter the workshops. And I will wish you a great week. If you have questions, I'm not the one leading the 110 workshops. But if you have questions about things like how to set things up and whatever, that's a good location for you. I will include this template for you as well. This document does have the correct reference page and the correct title page, so you really just need to use it. It's fairly straightforward and fairly easy, but I will give you that template as well. All right, everybody, I hope you have a great week too, and don't hesitate to reach out if you've got questions. Everybody take care and have a great day.